Hi, this is Drac, and you're watching the Monster Channel. And now, a little something for the ladies. All right, start the movie. Come on, I mean it. I can't keep doing this all night long, you know. Come on, start the movie. No, I'm not going to unbutton anything. Unzip your own.
Really? The best horror films, according to who? They didn't consult me. Hey, what the heck is this all about? Is this supposed to be reminding me of something? Morticia. Well, what did you think a horror host would have? An Alexa? Morticia, what is this all about?
Here's your reminder. Drac's birthday.
Oh, of course. How can I forget? We're all here tonight to celebrate the birthday of the one and only Drac. Now, they say you're not supposed to ask women or vampires how old they really are, but it doesn't matter what the age is. We're all here to celebrate you tonight, Drac. And on a personal note, I want to thank you so much. You've become a dear friend in the past year. You've become a mentor, not only to me, but a lot of the new horror hosts that are coming up. You've been a great support to everybody here and a great support of the Monster Channel, and I want to thank you. You have no idea how thrilled I am that you were inducted into the Horror Host Hall of Fame, and I'm thrilled to see the resurgence, or as you say, the stake coming out of your heart of your career. Your fan page is flourishing. You're going to conventions again and reconnecting with your fans, and I'm just happy that hopefully the Monster Channel and I and all your fellow horror hosts had a little bit to do with that. So I want to say happy birthday, and okay, everybody in the chat room, sing along with me, please. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Drac. Happy birthday to you. Well, now if there's anybody left in chat, we're going to show your Horror Host Hall of Fame induction, as well as clips from your show, which will give an example of why you were inducted into the Horror Host Hall of Fame. But before we get to that, we have a few friends who want to say a few things. So once again, Drac, on behalf of everybody here, I want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. Now let's get on with the celebration.
Hello, Deadest. Draquito and I just wanted to wish you a fantastic birthday. I hope it's the best one you've had in centuries. Oh, you want to say something? Okay, go on.
Feliz cumpleaños, Saint Barbero Social.
Now, where did you learn that? We're going to have to talk about this. That's not very nice to say to your father. Happy birthday, Deadest. We both love you so much. What am I going to do with you, Draquito? We're turning into an awfully nasty batch, aren't they?
You make me dizzy. Oh, hey! Hey, Drac, guess what? You know who this is. It's your old pal Slash. And how could you forget, right? How could you forget? One of the most monumental episodes that I've ever had was with you, buddy. And let's let you know, just to let you know, I hold no hard feelings for you giving me a migraine as big as this guy's butt. I am sending you a very special video birthday message. Why? Because you're my pal. Whatever. So, on this day, 5, 6, 7, 1200, Dino Age years ago, a little bitty vampire was born. Grew up to be a big vampire known as Drac. So, from everybody here at Graveyard Tales, your old pal Slash Dewey,
Stop drooling. Slash, babe, aren't you forgetting someone?
For everybody here at Graveyard Tales, your old pal Slash, Dewey, Dipsy, and Foxy Roxy, we want to wish you one we want to wish you one hell of a birthday.
Oh, Drac, Mr. Molto here. Today is a very special occasion, and I've got to say, you don't look a day over 400. You know, normally I take my friends out on their birthdays for a steak, but we both know the history of vampires and steaks. So from the bottom of my black heart, it is my sincere wish that you have a fantastic birthday.
Breathe here. There they are.
Hello there, horror hounds. I'm Janet Decay the Mummy.
And I'm Grigory the Monkey.
And together we host
The Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout.
Friday nights on Facebook Live.
That's right, and we're here to induct Drac from the Franken Drac Show.
Congratulations, Drac. He was a late night legend on WOIO Channel 19 in Cleveland, Ohio in the late 80s.
That's right, and we are so happy for you, man. You know what? And it sucks that we can't be there, yeah.
Yeah, it really bites.
Yeah, you know what? We would like to raise a toast to you with a couple of glasses of wine, but we both here know that you don't drink wine. Congratulations, buddy. Yeah, woohoo!
Congratulations. And
Thank you, Jason. Yes. Wow. Thank you very much. Before we get started, I'd like to clear the air. I have a statement to make. It wasn't me. I never touched her. It was Harvey Weinstein.
we know.
I am Count Dracula, Prince of Darkness, King of the Vampires. Of course, the King of the Vampires thing, you know, that's kind of like an honorary title. What that means is every year I'm responsible for organizing the vampire bake sales, flea markets, all that kind of stuff. So don't think I'm being delusional here. It's an honor to be inducted along with the rest of the class of 2019. And I'd like to thank my friends, the Mummy and the Monkey. Aren't they wonderful? Do you follow them online? I love them. They're great. I'd also like to thank a big shout out to Halloween Jack, who's not here.
Yeah.
And to thank everybody on the committee who put Frank and Drac on the ballot this year. Let's hear from them. Since they'll be watching this later at home, I'd like to thank my parents, Baba, Mary, and Dracul, who have put up with all my nonsense for centuries. And I'd like to thank, of course, the Countess Stephanie, who made sure I was ready to roll today. She pulled up the video that you watched earlier. She made sure that my shirt was snow white. She's very good with bloodstains. She's also put up with, in just the last few days, an official Frank and Drac fan page. We have about 11 members so far. I'd like you to tell all your friends, just let them know we'll let anybody into the dump, even you. Yeah, we let you in. So please join the page. And I'd like to thank all of the fans who voted for Frank and Drac. It was very gratifying. And for those of you who didn't vote for Frank and Drac and say, what are they putting those goofballs on the ballot for? Hey, you know what? Thank you. I'm glad you appreciated that, because you know what we say in Transylvania. Thank them if they can't take a joke. And I would be remiss without thanking the iconic Bela Lugosi. Which is something Martin Landau didn't get to do when he won an Oscar play. This has been a great year for this old vampire media persona, because in addition to being inducted into the Hall of Fame later this year, I'm going to be published. I have a short story that's going to be in a book. Let me make sure I get the title right. You have to excuse me, but during the day I'm blind as a bat. It's called Chillers, Tales Inspired by Classic Horror Films. It's been compiled by Brad Braddock. It's going to be published by Midnight Marquee. Speaking of scary monsters, their cover artist Scott Jackson has done a wonderful cover. I have a story in it called Cryptic. Countess Stephanie has one called The Open Window. By the way, did I mention Countess Stephanie's my personal handler? We also have stories from other fan favorites like Christopher Gauthier, 2019 Rondo Award nominee Kurt McCoy, Frank Delastrido, Greg Mank, and many others. So, in closing, I'd like to say, in the beginning, Marconi created radio. And to it they added the cathode ray tube, which gave us light and television, and it was good. And from the light sprang Vampira, who begat Zachary, who begat Goulardi. Do I hear an amen? Amen. Who begat Houlihan and Big Chuck and Little John, who begat the Ghoul, who begat Elvira, who begat the son of Ghoul. I bet those were some labor pains. And I want to say what an honor it is to be inducted along all those other names that I have just mentioned. People that I know, some of them personally, and this touches this old vampire's heart, and not with a stake. And I think, in closing, I speak for all of the horror hosts from the 1960s, 70s, 80s, when I say, we all looked a hell of a lot better when we had all our hair. Thank you. Nobody's getting this, it'll end up on eBay.
Good evening, I'm Veronica Carlson, and you are watching the Monster Channel.
Oh, strangers in the night. So, Frank, are you all set?
Yeah, sure, Drac.
Good, because we go on the air in just a couple of seconds.
Say, Drac, have you heard about this new invention?
Well, what invention is that, Frank?
Television.
Well, Frank, of course I've heard of television. We're on television.
We are?
Sure.
Well, where are the knobs?
Frank, not there. There.
Talbot here for my good buddies Frank and Drac, and I'm going to tell you that tonight's movie is Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, and special birthday wishes to our two favorite ladies, Magda the Gypsy and Bambi the Vampet, both of whom turned 16 this week.
Good evening and welcome to the Frank and Drac Show.
Yeah, and tonight we have a show we're really excited about.
That's right, because tonight we got a doggone good movie. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman.
Oh, yeah, and the other reason is that tonight we're going to give you the pleasure of watching a colorized Frank and Drac.
This was Frank's idea.
Yeah, I was reading that like a lot of people like watching these old movies, but only if they're colorized. So tonight we're going to colorize Frank and Drac for you.
Yeah, but that's not the movie. The movie will still be in black and white. Only our portions of the show will be in color.
Yeah, so call the neighbors, take the phone off the hook, bring the dog in, order out for a pizza, and sit back and watch a colorized Frank and Drac. And Ted Turner, eat your heart out, you egg-sucking dog. Yeah.
I'm Drac, and this is Action Monster News. And in our top story tonight, we have a special featured demonstration on martial arts with our monster, Frank.
Well, in recent years, there's been a lot of interest in martial arts, like with movies Enter the Dragon, like all the Bruce Lee stuff, stuff like that, so, they're always, like, doing tricks with 2x4s and concrete blocks, and we got, like, a little demonstration,
Oh, really, Frank?
Yeah. Tonight we have, as a special appearance on our show, we have Chuck Norris, one of, like, the kings of Kung Fu and stuff, and he's going to be breaking a concrete block with his head.
Oh, wonderful.
Where's that concrete block? Hey, which is better, Kung Fu or karate? Whoa, Chuck, watch out, my God, watch out! Oh! Hey, somebody call my agent.
Oh, well, thank you, Frank, for that very special demonstration in martial arts. In other news tonight, we have a very special, very rare interview with King Kong. And to see the interview, let's roll the videotape. Oh, Chuck, we hardly knew you. Drac here for Action Monster News, and I'm talking to King Kong. Thanks for the interview, Kong.
No problem. Anything for you, Drac.
Kong, I understand this has been a great big year for you. You had that big comeback in King Kong Lives, and I was wondering, are there any plans for a sequel to that movie?
Well, I've heard there are rumors that there'll be a sequel, but nobody has called my agent yet, if you know what I mean.
Oh, well, Kong, I wouldn't worry. I'm sure if the film's made, you got a lock on the parts. You know what I mean?
You'd think so, but like when I first moved to Hollywood, I thought, this is it, Kong. Any part that comes up for a 50-foot tall ape, you've got it all sewed up. And then along comes Mighty Joe Young, and, 50-foot tall apes, they're a dime a dozen.
Oh, but then there's Son of Kong, huh?
Yeah, boy, I'm proud of him.
All right. Well, thanks again, Kong, for this very special interview.
Thank you, Drac.
Oh, and now back to the studio. Boy, Kong, that breath. By the way, Kong, have you seen my cameraman?
Gee, I hate him.
Oh, Kong. Once again, we thank Kong for that very rare interview. And now, for today's sports report, we go to Frank.
Yeah, here they are. Oh! Today's shorts. That's you, Drac. Whew.
This is Drac for Action Monster News saying, see you next time.
I thought they were pretty well.
Frank, what did you show these for?
Well, you said today's shorts.
I said today's sports, not shorts. Sports!
Well, geez, that didn't make much sense then, did it?
I bet you feel pretty silly now, don't you?
Yeah, kind of cold, too. Do you feel a draft? There are 3 nevers in horror.
Never look at the guy with the wooden stake and crucifix and say, oh, yeah? Well, I dare you, pal.
Yeah, and never run towards the angry villagers with the torches. Ooh, real bad move.
And never, no matter what you do, never should you wear pastel colors.
It's just not scary. And never wear a dress either. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it just doesn't scare them at all.
Not scary. Oh, and never
just
sing old Paul Anka or Carpenter songs. Hey, Frank, doggone it, I told you not to sing that.
Oh, yeah, don't sing those
Bad
Carpenter songs.
move.
Oh, yeah, won't scare anybody.
What you got under there, Frank?
Personality. Yeah, here it is. Biloxi Blues, big-time movie star, Matthew Broderick,
Frank, who's been kissing this picture of Matthew Broderick?
Well, who wouldn't want to kiss a picture of Matthew Broderick like he's like a teen star,
All right, well, here's the deal. There's this new movie, Biloxi Blues, and there's going to be a special sneak preview March 23rd at the Brookgate Cinema, and we're going to be giving away passes for that 7:30 sneak preview. How many should we give away?
Yeah, let's give away like 25 passes.
That's
yeah,
right.
So call now.
At 578-1919. In fact, let's make it 25 passes for 4.
Whoa!
Whoa! Call now.
Yeah, we'll see you there, too.
Are you sure you didn't kiss this picture of Matthew? We hope you enjoyed our movie tonight, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman.
Yeah, and be sure to join us next week for House of Frankenstein.
Ooh, it's a monster free-for-all.
Oh, yeah, it's got Frankenstein in it, it's got Drac in it, it's got the Wolfman, it's got like a couple tractor pulls, it's got hot chicks, it's got everything,
Oh,
yeah.
and that hot-looking gypsy babe. Boy, she makes
boy.
my fangs
Woo.
tingle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, and by the way, tomorrow night there's going to be a big murder mystery party down at Jimmy's in the Flats.
Hey, is that the one where Humphrey Bogart's going to be there?
Well, it's going to be 19's own Bogey is going to be there.
Oh, yeah, I saw that guy a couple weeks ago. Like, he's really good, too,
Yeah,
you know?
oh, I love him. He's wonderful. So if you want to meet him, come down to Jimmy's tomorrow night in the Flats. The whole thing starts at 8 o'clock, I
Yeah,
believe.
I think there's like a cash prize of like $100 or something like that.
Yeah, for
Yeah, and a
whoever
bunch
can
of
solve the
other things,
mystery.
too. Yeah.
And in addition to Bogey, from right here on 19, there's going to be Jane Scott and Skip Preston
Whoa,
from
really?
Power 108 Radio. So for more information, call Jimmy's down in the flats. And the whole thing is a sweet revenge production.
All right, yeah. Hey, so listen, so go down there, and we'll see you next week for House of Frankenstein, okay?
And until then, remember, fly right.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so what time does it start again?
I believe it's 8 o'clock at Jimmy's down in the flats.
What are we watching tonight?
We're gonna watch Frank and Drac.
Those scary movies? These guys will have nightmares.
No, Phil, our kids are much too smart to believe in monsters. We had a little talk, and the kids know that monsters are only make-believe.
Okay.
Look, there's Frank and Drac.
Good evening and welcome to Frank and Drac. And tonight we have a real scary movie for you.
A scary movie with lots of monsters in it, and things that go bump in the night.
That's right, and we know what your parents have been telling you. They've been saying there are no such things as monsters.
What do you think we are, kids?
That's right. We're monsters.
There are monsters everywhere, except you can't see them unless they want you to.
And by then, it's usually too late.
We know what your parents have been telling you. There are no monsters in the closet. There are no monsters under the beds.
That's right. So tonight, when the movie's over, you don't have to go to your bedroom and turn off the lights real quick and run to bed and jump in the covers before a monster can get you.
Because there's really nothing under the bed.
And there's really nothing in the closet. Is there now?
Oh, boy, this is gonna be great. Right, kids? Kids? Kids!
I told you so.
Good evening and happy Easter and welcome to Frank and Drac. Tonight's movie, The House of Dracula. Tonight, Monster Theater presents My Fair Monster. And I'm telling you, Professor Mulligan, that it is possible to change a person's behavior with modification.
And I'm telling you, Professor Drac, that you're all wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What is he doing?
I don't know. Why, Frank, what are you doing?
Well, see, like, I put the sugar down here, and then, like, the ants come along, and I got the mail, and I'm waiting for him, and, oh, I got another one. Pretty neat, huh?
Oh, yeah, Frank, real neat.
You know, Professor Drac, if you're so sure about this behavior modification theory of yours, let's put a little money on it. You want to make a bet?
All right, Mulligan, you're on. What's the bet?
Well, I bet you can't turn Frank into a gentleman.
Oh, no, Dick. No, anything but that. Anything,
Hey,
Dick.
hey, wait. You said I was on, and I want to see you turn Frank into a gentleman.
All right.
Got another one.
Oh. All right, Frank. Let's try it one more time. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
The rain in Spain falls mainly in the drain.
No, Frank, plain, not drain, plain.
Oh, yeah, plain like a Concorde. Whoosh, on F-16. Tom Cruise. Highway to the Pepsi Zone. Yeah.
Okay, Frank, you're standing by this door, and this beautiful woman comes up. You rip off her head and crush her bones, right?
I know, Dix. I opens up the doors for the lady.
Cut. I gotta hand it to you, Drac. You really turned Frank into a gentleman.
Huh? What you talking about, Dick?
Hey, what's going on here?
I don't know what you mean, Dix.
Hey, I bet you guys went back to Dr. Frankenstein, switched brains just so you'd win the bet, huh, Drac?
I don't know what you mean.
Gotcha.
Oh, doggone it.
Hey, I'm calling this sketch on account of cheating. And you have got to pay me the money you owe me, buddy.
Oh, Frank. Well, what do I do now, Drac?
Well, what do I do now, Drac?
Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac? Well, what do I do now, Drac
Monster Theater has been made possible by a grant from the Eyeglass Factory to remind you that if you saw anything even remotely humorous in this sketch, it's time for new glasses.
Now it's time for the segment of the show called Frank Fix It, where you, the home viewer, can send in things for Frank to fix. Tonight's letter begins, Dear Frank, being as it's the Easter season, I asked my mom and dad for a pet Easter chick. I named the little chick Lucky. However, little Lucky doesn't seem to be feeling too well, and I thought I would send him to Frank, because I've heard that Frank is an expert with animals. Because even though his left hand belonged to an artist, I know that his right hand belonged to a surgeon. Please fix Lucky for me, Frank. Signed, your friend, Little Bertie Gale. Oh, gee, I don't know, Frank. What do you think? Do you think you can fix little Lucky for Bert?
Well, sure you can fix the Lucky. But the first thing that Bert did wrong was writing into the wrong segment. Because she wrote to Frank Fix It, and she should have been writing into my personal favorite, Monster Kitchen.
What?
Yeah, oh, Monster of the 80s, and, I know how to nuke things like this and stuff. And little Lucky, hey, bye.
Oh, Frank,
yeah,
no.
We'll ask him about, let's see, put him on Meltdown, and, up there he goes.
Frank, you're not gonna.
Right in first? Oh, no need to with today's microwaves. Oh, look, he's scratching to get out. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, I think something's gone wrong.
Whoa, Frank.
Color me good.
What a recipe, Frank. Where did you get that? Hey, Frank, save me a drumstick, okay? Roll the movie, okay? Frank and Drac here with one of our biggest fans, Barbara Nord, who works at the Toys R Us down in Akron.
Yes, and I have some presents, too.
Oh, really?
I have
Monster Ball.
something for Frank.
Oh,
something
look at
for
these
Drac.
wonderful glasses.
Yeah,
Oh.
they gave us a neat poster back here at Toys R Us. All the people from Toys R Us are big fans. So
Thanks,
now
guys.
they're giving them this neat poster. We're going to give this neat poster to, like, the 19th caller that calls in, like, right now. Like, I'm really excited here.
That's right.
Yeah, Monster
So
Ball,
call
19th
right
caller,
now.
5219. Neat poster.
Thanks, Barbara.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
Toys R Us.
Wow.
Neat. We hope you enjoyed our movie for tonight.
Yeah, be sure to watch us next week when we show a color movie. Color. Catch it for honeymoon.
That's right, and it's going to, very important announcements we have here for you. Starting next week, we started our new time, 11 o'clock instead of 11:30. Right, Frank?
That's right. We'll be on right after Friday the 13th, the series on Saturday night. Oh, good leading
Really?
show. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Wonderful
So
show.
until next week at 11 o'clock, remember, fly right.
Yeah, bye. 11 o'clock next week. Be there. Color movie. Yeah.
Welcome to Frank and Drac, and tonight we kick off the Universal Horror Library with that 1931 classic, Dracula.
And happy birthday to little Rudy Haig from Cleveland Heights, Ohio.
How old is she?
I don't know. Let's go saw off one of her legs and count the rings.
Oh, sounds like a good time to me. Good evening and welcome to Frank and Drac. And tonight is a very special night because tonight we're going to be showing the original 1931 horror classic, Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi. Tell them about the movie, Frank.
Oh, okay. Well, but I'm going to do it in rap.
Rap? What?
The king of the vampires is my friend Drac, and a sucker to blood if you give him any flack. If he doesn't get blood, he goes a little batty. His eyes swirl around and his breath gets ratty. He's a wolf, he's a bat, he's the walking dead. He's a real bad lover, Drac sucks in bed. All he can think about is keeping his youth, but sucking out blood is a little uncouth. His reflection doesn't shine in anybody's mirrors. If it did, he'd have wrinkles, cause he's getting up in years. He's a wolf, he's a bat, he's the walking dead. He's a real bad lover, Drac sucks in bed. If you look in his eyes, you could go insane. If you kiss him goodnight, he'll roll until you're vain. He's got plenty of style and lots of finesse, but sometimes it sounds like Desi Arnaz.
Hello, Lucy.
He's a wolf, he's a bat, he's the walking dead. He's a real bad lover, Drac, sucks in bed. If you want to look anemic, this Drac will grant you whisper when you sit down to dinner. Your blood's the main dish. He'll remove all your plasma, your white cells, and your red. And before the table's cleared, it's a fact, you'll be dead. He's a wolf, he's a bat, he's the walking dead. He's a real bad lover, Drac, sucks in bed. So we're closing this rap, this is all I gotta say. Just stay away from Drac and you'll live another day. If you don't, you'll be sorry, you'll be the walking dead. You'll be just like Drac and you'll suck in bed. Drac's a wolf, Drac's a bat, Drac's the walking dead. Drac's a real bad lover, Drac sucks in bed. He's a wolf, he's a bat, he's the walking dead. He's a real bad lover, Drac sucks in bed.
Welcome back to the show. I am Count Dracula, and across the box of dirt from me is the Frankenstein monster. Say hello, Frank.
Huh?
And tonight we have a very special guest, the director of A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Hills Have Eyes, and the new big-budget terror film, The Serpent and the Rainbow, Mr. Wes Craven.
Hi, Frank. Hi, Drac. Thanks for having me on your show.
Hey, wait a minute. What's going on here?
Why, Frank, this is Wes Craven, and he's here to do an interview with us. So tell us, Wes, what is your new movie, The Serpent and the Rainbow, about?
Oh, it's about 90 minutes.
And how long is it?
Drac, that's kind of personal, isn't it?
Hey, look, I don't know what you two monsters are talking about or trying to pull here, because I am Wes Craven, all right?
Well, of course you are.
I am?
Why, sure. I'm Drac, you're Frank, and he's Wes Craven.
Okay. Now, if you're Wes Craven, then answer me one question, all right?
Okay.
Okay, I understand that you're thinking of making a sequel to one of your films, all right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Why don't you tell me the title of that film?
Well, I guess it's a little early to let the cat out of the bag, but are you familiar with The Hills Have Eyes?
Oh, Wes, that was one of my favorites.
Well, the next movie I'm directing is The Hills Have Ears.
What?
You want to hear the theme song?
Sure.
The hills have ears, and it's kind of frightening. And my name's Wes Craven, and I'm gonna direct it.
Hey, wait a second. I'm Wes Craven. I'm Wes Craven. You're not Wes Craven. I'm 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 Wes Craven.
Mr. Craven, wake up. Wake up.
Oh, ooh. Guess I was having a nightmare. I dreamt I was in the Frank and Drac show, you know? And except I was Frank and he was me.
Then who is Drac?
Drac was Drac.
Wow.
It was awful, and I knew that before it was over, Frank, who was me, was going to say that I, who was him, was going to direct their movie, The Road to Transylvania.
Ooh.
Great news, Wes.
That's right, Wes. Great news. Guess what? We just got off the horn from the coast, and Barry Diller at Fox has given The Road to Transylvania a great big green light. And guess what, sport? You're gonna direct it.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't sign any contract to direct your movie.
Oh, no problem, because you were still asleep then, but I was still you, so I signed it for you.
Yeah.
Well, if you two monsters think that I'm directing your movie, The Road to Transylvania, then you are the ones that are dreaming.
That's right, Wes. This is a dream.
Wake up, little director.
Wake up,
Time
Wesley.
to go to school.
Wake up.
Time to go to Addison
the
Junior
school
High
bus
School.
is going to be
You want to be
here
a Collinwood
soon,
railroader,
Wes.
don't you?
And it's Jim.
Frank and Drac.
Yes, Wes.
We've been telling you a lot about this new movie, Wes Craven's The Serpent and the Rainbow. And now we have a very special promotional item. It's a coffin that has the Serpent and the Rainbow logo on it. Yeah, and we're going to give this promotional item to the 19th caller at 578-1919. So if you want this little coffin, call in right now.
Oh, yeah, it's got some, neat stuff into it. It says, don't bury me on top. Ooh, Serpent and Rainbow. Hello? Hello? Yeah?
Let me out, Frank.
How'd you get in there?
It's me, Drac.
Oh, you got me in.
I got you again, Frank. Doggone
Oh,
it.
it's
You're
got
so gullible.
he's like a little guy here and stuff, and there's some, zombie facts, and, a spider, and some zombie powers, some neat stuff. I'm not dead. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know that.
Well, of course not, but
Yeah.
we're undead. And
Yeah,
you
it's
know, Frank, the thing that I like about this makes me feel so cozy, makes me feel like just crawling inside and taking a
Did
nap.
you get inside that thing?
No, Frank.
You sure? Maybe there's parts of you?
Frank, come on.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be real Yeah, we did an interview with big-time movie director Wes Craven, and it kind of went something like this.
A larger scope and something that was based on reality and yet still had dreams in it.
Yeah, speaking of like frightening rituals that you were talking about before, I understand you grew up in Cleveland.
That's true. That's true.
And what part of Cleveland?
East Side, 82nd Street, near Wade Park.
And what high school did you go to? Come on.
Say, are you one of those Cardinals? Because I went to Collinwood.
Collinwood Railroader. Yeah, Collinwood Railroader.
All right, Railroaders.
Yeah, I'm sure the Shanghai Cardinals would like to hear that.
I knew there was something wrong with you. No, just kidding.
Sure.
Just kidding.
No, so you're an old Cleveland guy.
Yeah, I grew up in Cleveland.
And you still have family here and everything?
Yeah, I still have family here.
Yeah, we know where they live, Wes, huh?
Is there anybody you'd like to say hello to?
Forgive me for what I said. No, hi, family.
So you're like living out on the coast now? You're like a, West Coast kind of guy?
Yeah, I'm a West Coast kind of guy.
Huh?
You know, sushi and angel hair pasta, that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Have ferns on my front porch. Drive a Volvo.
All right.
Not
Kind
really.
of like a yuppie.
Not really. Yeah, that was a yuppie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, can you tell us anything that you have coming up in the future that you can talk about?
Come on, Vass.
Come
We
on.
know.
Okay.
Come on.
Anything at all? I mean, just,
I have a film called Dream Stalker.
Uh-huh.
And that will probably be my next film. It's the film that's going to retire Freddy, make him seem so tame in comparison to the villain of Dreamstalker that he'll have
Yeah,
to
well,
retire.
like Wes
Yeah,
said a
so
lot
look
of
out,
like
Freddy.
neat things,
I didn't know
but
Freddy was that old.
you didn't tell that the movie starts February 5th at theaters everywhere. Serpent and Rainbow. Yeah, good movie. Wes, cool guy too. Big time homeboy movie director. Yeah, good guy, Wes. Go see the movie. Gee, are you okay, Drac?
Oh, yeah, Frank, but you know, the end of that movie, it always gives me heartburns. Oh, but thank you for joining us for our presentation of Dracula. And next week, we have another very special presentation. Right, Frank?
Right.
What is it?
Frankenstein.
Yeah, and it's starring Boris Karloff. And Frank, who's in it?
Frankenstein.
And who's that?
Frankenstein.
And who's Frankenstein, Frank?
I don't want to brag or anything, but,
It's him. So we'll see you next time. And until then, remember, fly right.
Yeah, bye. You sure you're okay?
Oh, yeah, but, you know, I wish I could rewrite
Want
the
to go out
end
for a
of that.
steak?
Oh, Frank, no. Hey, Jim Blink, thanks for the neat picture.
I'm Wes Craven, and Frank and Drac will be right back.
Happy 35th anniversary, Uncle Jerry and Aunt Eleanor. We'll be right back. Welcome to the Frank and Drac Show with Eric, the Phantom of the Opera, and the Van Pets. Tonight's movie is the delightful thriller, Taste the Blood of Dracula, starring my favorite lounge lizard, Drac.
Good evening, and welcome to the Frank. Oh, Frank.
What?
Frank, something's wrong, Frank.
What's
I
wrong?
don't feel right, Frank. Oh, Frank, I think I'm dying, Frank.
Oh, no.
Oh, Frank, where are you? It's getting dark in here, Frank. It's getting so dark. Frank, I'm dying, and do you know why, Frank?
Why?
You know why?
Why?
It's because the kids don't believe in us anymore, Frank. They don't believe in Frank and Drac. They don't believe that monsters and vampires can really exist, Frank. And as a result, the studios don't finance our pictures anymore. Thanks a lot, kids. Oh, Frank. Oh, Frank, it's getting darker in here. It's getting so dark. Frank, I can feel it. The rug is being pulled out from under me, Frank. Oh, Frank, I'm dying, Frank. I'm gone.
Oh, everybody, we can't let this happen, can we? Let's, everybody out in TV land, I want you to clap your hand just like they did for that little fairy,
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. That's it, yeah. Okay, everybody, clap your hands. Come on. Come on, let's see if we can get Drac back here. Come on. I think it's working.
Oh!
Yeah.
is this, huh? Who do you think we are? We're not Big Chuck and Little John. We're Frank and Drac.
Yeah.
We can't die. We're already dead. Hell, we've been dead for centuries,
Oh,
right?
yeah. You know, these kids are so stupid. I bet you you'd even finance our movie, The Road to Transylvania.
You know, Frank, that's not such a bad idea.
Oh, yeah, you know.
We get the audience out there to finance Road to Transylvania.
But couldn't we get in trouble?
Nah, screw 'em. We'll be right back. This is a very good idea you're having here, Frank. But I think we should really...
Hey, Drac, how about a bad joke?
Well, all right. Shabbat! Oh, hey, wonderful to see everybody here in the castle tonight. Say, you, monster.
Yeah?
Have you heard about that new strain of killer moose that's moving down to the States from Canada?
No.
It's called the Pit Bull Winkle. Hey, you sound like a happy little camper tonight. How are you feeling?
Oh, not too good.
Oh, that's too bad. But you'll appreciate this. Night before last, I dreamt I was a teepee. Then last night, I dreamt I was a wigwam. So today, I went to my doctor. And do you know what he said?
What?
He said I was 2 tenths. A traveling salesman walks up to the door of a farmhouse, and he knocks on the door. And while he's waiting for an answer, he looks out into the fields, and he sees a man engaged in an act of love with a sheep. A young man comes to the door and says, "Hey, can I help you?" The salesman says, "Sure, but first, did you know there's a man out in the field doing it with a sheep?" The young man says, "Oh, yeah, that's my daddy." Hey, I'm glad you're all having such a wonderful time here tonight. It reminds me of the time that the Wolfman and the Mummy went out for a night on the town, and neither one of them had a driver's license. Well, they decided that they were going to be a little bit crazy, and... And now it's time for Frank Fix It, where you, the members of the home viewing audience, can send things that are broken to Frank to be fixed. Tonight's letter says, "Dear Frank and Drac, there seems to be something wrong with my sister's baby doll. All the stuffing is coming out of it. Now, my folks said all it needs is a little bit of handiwork with needle and thread, but I knew that an expert repairman like Frank should take a look at it. But be very careful with the doll because it is of sentimental value to my sister. Signed, Little Mickey DeVinco." Well, you know, Mickey, you can rest assured that your sister's baby doll is in good hands. This one used to belong to a surgeon, and the other one used to belong to an artist. So now, if you're ready, Frank, fix it. Frank and Drac accept no liability for anything that you send them to be fixed. Oh. Frank, what are you doing? I can't do it.
Can I do it again?
Oh, sure, Frank. Fix my foot.
Okay.
Frank, what are you doing? You big dope. You done broke
Well, you
my
told
foot.
me to do it.
I didn't tell you to really do it. Frank, you have to understand what's... Gee, Frank, who in the world is this chained to the wall?
Oh, gee, I don't know, Jack, but he sure is ugly, isn't he?
Must be with Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Wes from Pi Keyboard.
Oh! Where's from Pi Keyboards, where we get the Ensoniq and the Emacs on Brook Park Road, 741-1400.
Oh, gee, Wes, nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's this right here?
What'd you get there? Oh, got you! Gee, Wes, what do you think you would look like if I had hair like yours, huh? Gee, Wes, how do you do that?
Look, this isn't even Wes at all. It's Michael Jackson.
Oh, no, it's Michael Jackson. Oh,
help me, please, somebody on fire. Please, help, Sam. You know, if I could find one on him, I'd beat it.
Oh, you beat it. Candy, heat him up. Heat him up,
yeah.
Candy. Heat him up. Oh, Wes. Wes. We'll be right back. Wes, we didn't know you were ticklish when we invited you here. We didn't know at all. It's incredible how these things happen like this, isn't it? We hope you enjoyed the movie. And now, before you take off your capes, pull on your shrouds and crawl into your boxes of dirts, It is time for another one.
Yuck it up with Frank.
What are you talking about?
Why did the first monkey fall out of the tree?
Because he wanted to hear the Drac's bedtime story that ends the show.
No, he was dead. Why did the second monkey fall out of the tree?
Because he was dying to hear the Drac's bedtime story that's supposed to end the show.
No, he was dead.
I see.
Why did the third monkey fall out of the tree?
He was dead.
No, he was attached to the second monkey. Why did the fourth monkey fall out of the tree?
Because he was attached to the third monkey?
Dead. And why did the fifth monkey fall out of the tree?
Dead.
No, he felt like it. Now, why did the sixth monkey fall out of the tree?
I don't know. Why?
Dead. And why did the seventh monkey fall out of the tree?
Dead.
Peer pressure. Why did the eighth monkey fall out of the tree?
Dead.
You've heard this before.
That's all for tonight. We'll see you next week. And remember, until then, fly right.
Good night, everybody.
Now, let me get this straight, Frank. The first monkey?
Dead.
Fourth monkey?
Dead.
Dead?
Dead.
All of them? What
Dead.
about the 10th monkey?
Oh, dead.
10th monkey dead, too. I know a man from Havana. For a quarter, he'll show you his banana.
Oh, Ricky!
No, Lucy, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, you cannot be in the show.
Ricky!
Well, now look what you did, Lucy. You went and you woke up little Ricky. You better go look about him.
All right.
Oh, somebody's at the door. Oh, Fred and Ethel, how nice to see you. Come on in.
Gee, Drac, why you call me Fred?
Doggone it, Frank. Can't you get anything right?
Sorry, Drac. I mean, Ricky?
Yeah. So tell me, Fred, how are you doing?
Oh, okay.
And you, Ethel?
Fine, Ricky. Where's Lucy?
Oh, she's in there taking care of little Ricky.
Oh, yeah, we just came down here to see if you want to rent that vacation place up north with us again for the summer.
Well, actually, Fred, what I was thinking was that I would go to Hollywood again this year and make another pictures.
Great.
Oh, yeah, last time we did that, we got a whole season out of it.
Yeah.
Hi, Ethel. Hi, Fred.
Oh, hi, Lucy.
Ricky, what would you like for dinner tonight?
Oh, I don't know, Lucy. Maybe a clap roast.
Okay.
Good. Now, as I was saying, Fred, I thought maybe in June we could take off for Hollywood.
Hi, Ethel. Hi, Fred.
Oh, hi, Lucy.
Ricky, what would you like for dinner tonight?
Oh, I don't know, Lucy. Maybe a clap roast.
Okay.
Okay, Lucy. Now, Fred, about this Hollywood vacation.
Hi, Ethel.
Oh, hi, Lucy.
Say, Ricky, what would you like for dinner tonight?
Oh, gee, Lucy, why don't you surprise me? Make me a clap roast.
Okay.
Good. Now,
Gee, Ricky, you must have a pretty big appetite. 3 clap roasts.
oh, no, Fred. Watch this. There, you see, Fred?
Yeah, what a bunch of screw-ups.
Yeah. Now look what you did, Lucy. You went and you woke up little Ricky again.
That's right. You woke up little Ricky again, and I'm getting sick of this. And besides, I'm getting hungry, damn it.
Yeah, you hear that? You better go feed him, Lucy.
All right.
Ricky, maybe it isn't any of my business, but isn't little Ricky a bit old to be wearing diapers?
Well, gee, I don't know, Fred. Don't ask me. You know, I think he's too old to still be breastfeeding.
Hey, Ethel, get in here, damn it.
Oh, and such an appetite, too.
He's going to be a big boy.
The part of Little Ricky was played by Dick Mulligan. And tonight's movie is I Married a Monster from Outer Space.
You did?
Did what, Frank?
Married a monster from outer space?
No, doggone it, that's the title of our movie.
Oh.
And tonight we're going to be giving away lots more passes to Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Oh, yes, well, stay tuned, because it's a real good movie, Yeah, lots of free passes, so stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome to another segment of Frank Fix It, where you, the members of the viewing audience, can send in your broken and disrepaired articles, and our own resident handyman, Frank, will fix them. And tonight we have a very special edition of Frank Fix It, one I'm sure that is going to help you to see our little monster in a very different light. Our letter for this evening begins, Dear Frank, my pet mouse Fuffy isn't feeling well. And when I told my daddy about it, he said, well, I'll be damned if I'm gonna pay a big vet bill just for a freaking mouse. Fuffy is very sick, and I'm sure that Frank can help him. Please, Frank, please fix Fuffy and make him feel better. Signed, Little Vinny, age 6. Well, Little Vinny, you don't have to worry, because Frank, I'm sure, is going to be able to make Fuffy feel all better. Right, Frank? And you know why, Vinny? Because even though this hand used to belong to an artist, don't forget that this one used to belong to a surgeon. So now, if you're ready, Frank, fix Fuffy. Oh! Oh, my goodness! Oh, Frank, what did you do?
Oh, I sure fixed him.
You fixed him? Well, you big dope. You didn't fix the little fella. You killed him.
Well, he sure ain't feeling pain anymore, is he?
Well, I guess not. Oh, Vinny, I'm so sorry you had to see this, Vinny. I'm really sorry that...
Hey, it tastes pretty good, too.
Oh, you
Hey,
big...
can I fix something else?
Oh, yeah, Frank, sure. Fix my ass.
Okay.
Oh, boy, I'm just sick about this whole thing, you know. I really... Ow! I break you big dope. Oh, boy, gang, that's a really scary movie we're watching tonight, huh? You know, I think to be any scarier, it would have to be The Road to Transylvania.
Yeah, now that's a real scary movie.
Oh, and why is that one so scary, Frank, huh?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because we're in it?
That's right, because we're in it.
Yeah.
Hey, what the Sam Hill's going on here?
Yeah. Who is this guy?
Gas man.
And what are you doing with our possessions?
Checking them for gas?
Hey! This guy's a burglar!
I think you're right, Frank.
Yeah.
All right. You guys nabbed me, but you gotta hear me out. I've been out of work for over a year now, and I got a wife and 3 kids. Oh. Wife needs an operation. The bank's about to repossess my house. I know what I'm doing is wrong, but I'm a desperate man. I'm not a real thief. This is the first time I've ever done this. You gotta believe me. If you let me go, I promise I'll never do this again. Honest.
Oh, gee, what do you think, Frank? Huh?
Oh, come on, guys. What do you say?
Oh, I don't know, Frank. What do you think? Should we turn him into the police's?
That wouldn't solve anything, Drac.
No. Gee, Frank, then what should we do?
I think we ought to kick his butt for stealing our stuff.
Damn straight, Frank.
Yeah.
Roll the movie, we'll be right back.
Let's get
We'll
him.
show you milk of human kindness. Hey, come here, pal. Milk of human
You're
kindness.
history, Jack.
Yeah, we're gonna get you.
Hey, he's got my Crystal Gale records in here.
Why,
oh,
you...
no, you're in real trouble. Okay, now here's the deal. Yeah, last week we gave away some tickets to Return of the Living Dead Part 2. If it was in 3D, it looked just like this.
But you know, Frank, it's not in 3D.
No, it isn't. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie, though.
It's going to be an extra good movie.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be Wednesday, January 13th, 1988, 7:30 p.m., Severance Theater, okay?
And for the first 19 people who call right here at 19 at 578-1919, we're going to give you passes to see the movie.
Yeah, but don't call till I say now.
Oh, you just said now.
I just said it. Oh, you
right
better
now.
start calling,
Call
yeah.
578-1919. Gee, Frank, who are you going to take for the movie with?
Well, I was thinking about taking Crystal Gale maybe, or Nancy
Crystal
Kwan.
Gale? Huh.
Oh,
Well, you
yeah.
know,
Wait,
this
let me
movie's
give her a
made
call
by
right now.
Lorimar,
and they do Knots Landing. So I wonder if maybe like somebody at the studio could set me up with like Donna Mills. Oh boy, she could knock
Crystal's
my
line is
landing. You
busy.
know what
Hold
I
on a
mean?
second.
Well, try Nancy Kwan then.
What's your number?
And get Lorimer on the phone. I want to talk to them about getting Donna Mills for this deal. Oh boy, Fabulous.
Oh, directory
blue
assistance?
purple eyeshadow. I think
I
she,
need the
she
number
might
of
like
Nancy
air
Kwan.
spray that down with like a paintbrush, like one of those air
Los
sprays.
Angeles, I think.
Boy, she's wonderful looking. Return of the Living Dead. Call now.
They put me on
She
hold.
there? They put you on hold.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, monsters and mutants, I'm about to offer you a unique opportunity. What I had in my hand was what I will attest to be one of the finest gumballs I've ever tasted. It's extra good. It's a designer gumball. Who designed it? Me. Yeah, it's a good gumball. Now this is what you do. You send me 10 cents, I'll send you a gumball. And what am I going to do with the money? Well, we're going to finance the movie The Road to Transylvania. Okay? Sending you dime. and I'll send
Roadmap
you the
face.
gumball.
Excuse me, but what are you doing?
And selling these penny gumballs for a dime a piece. We're going to finance the movie The Road to Transylvania. We're going to make a killing.
You mean we're going to take the money from this and finance our big-budget horror film, The Road to Transylvania? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but it sure sounds a lot better when you say it.
Well, Frank, you know, delivery.
For me?
No, Frank, it was rhetorical. Frank.
Oh.
Let me get this straight now. You're going to sell these for 10 cents a piece to the good people watching out there, right?
Yeah, extra good gumball.
All right, well, Frank, how are you going to get these to the people? Are you going to mail them to them?
Oh, sure.
Well, Frank, then that's going to cost a 22-cent stamp.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already in the whole 12 cents, aren't you?
Oh.
Yeah, and then what about the cost of the envelope and the labor costs for people to stuff the envelopes and then take it to the post office? Had you thought about that?
Well, couldn't we just, like, chew it and put it on the back of a postcard?
Frank, I think most people like to chew their own gum.
Really?
You deal with them, okay? You got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, monsters and mutants, I have in my hand here a unique opportunity for you. Yeah. It's a great gumball, yeah. It's the best I've ever tasted. Or my name is Frank. And you know it is. It's like a designer gumball, and I designed it. Now, all I want you to do is send me, oh, good. Send me $10, and I'll send you a gumball. And, you should add like $3 for shipping and handling. And if you want the gum unchewed, better send me $20. And we're going to use the money to finance the movie The Road to Transylvania. And if you don't send me the money, well, I know where you live. Yeah. And I'm going to come get you. But you better send me the money, okay? $10 with shipping and handling, or like $20 unchewed. Good gumballs, too.
Welcome to Frank and Drac, and tonight's movie, The Ghost of Frankenstein.
Something strange on your TV set. Who you gonna call? The Ghost of Frankenstein.
Oh, Frank, that's the wrong movie.
Hey, come on, don't tell him. What do you want to do that for, huh?
Good evening and welcome to Frank and Drac. And tonight is a very special show. And I am going to begin it by reciting one of Shakespeare's little-known sonnets, Ode to Blood. Blood, everywhere, upon the winter wind, like man's ingratitude.
Drac, what are you doing?
Why, Mr. Mike, the director, I'm reciting my Shakespearean sonnet, just like we talked about in the story conference.
Didn't you get the revised script?
What revised script?
Oh, Jack, gee, I almost didn't think I was going to get here on time. Here you go.
What's this, Frank?
Oh, it's a revised script. Mr. Mike and I were like talking. We thought maybe we'd do a different kind of show, like for kids and stuff, you know?
But, you know, Frank, this is supposed to be our big cultural enrichment show with lots of poetry and stuff.
Oh. Well, I got this costume, too, you know? Okay. I'll do my poem. There once was a lady from Wheeling who had this funny feeling. She'd lie on her back.
Oh, no,
and
Frank.
tickle her-
I've got a great idea.
Yeah?
Let's do this kiddie show.
Yeah!
All right? Okay, good. What do you want me to do?
Okay, first thing you gotta change into a clown.
What?
You know, like you change into a bear, you change into a wolf, you know, like do a Shabbat kind of stuff, you know, change into a clown.
All right,
okay?
Frank, all right. You ready?
Ready.
Clown!
Yeah, gee, Drac, you don't look any different.
Well, gee, Frank, no, I'll tell you what, I'll try it again, okay?
Well, maybe you should try circus clown. Okay?
All right, Frank. Circus clown!
Yeah, gee, Drac, you don't look any different.
Roll the movie. I'm gonna get you for this, Frank.
Huh?
I swear I'm gonna get you. And you know what I'm gonna do to you?
Oh, not the dreaded custard pie.
That's right, Frank. I'm gonna give you the... Hey, Frank, pick two.
And now it's time for the children's show that everybody's talking about. You Bet Your Pee-wee!
Frank, what's going on here?
Oh, it's real easy. Now, this is a cross between You Bet Your...
Frank, never say that word.
Oh, it's a combination of You Bet Your Life and Pee-wee's Playhouse. And our first contestants tonight are Rick and Wendy. Yay!
Hey, I don't understand this game at all.
Neither do I.
That makes three of us, kids.
Oh, it's real easy. All you gotta do is say the secret word, everybody yells real loud, and I win $50.
Oh, and Frank, what's the secret word, huh?
Decapitate. Hey, I just won $50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yay!
Hey, I thought we were supposed to be on the game Double Dare.
Oh, yeah. I dare you to take the $50 away from me, kid.
Is this monster crazy?
Oh, Ricky, I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. But I'll tell you what, you go ahead. You dare him.
No way.
Ricky, this is Drac. Come on, you can trust me. I want you to dare it.
Okay, I double dare you, Frank.
Oh, yeah, well, I triple dare you, Ricky.
That's right. And you know what that means, Frank? Because you've triple dared them, that means that you're the one that wins the bet. So you get the dare. So that means you have to take the $50 away from yourself, sis.
Huh?
That's right, Frank. So go ahead. Take the $50 away from yourself.
Okay.
Roll the movie. Quick. Please. Real quick.
And now it's time for that other show that all the kids are talking about, Shifty the Weasel. Yay! Hey, Shifty, how you doing today?
I've seen better days, but I iced Mr. Bunny Rabbit this morning on the way over here, so at least I've got a full stomach.
What?
Hey, you better believe it, he never knew what hit him. I'm just sorry they didn't grab him and eat him on payday. I understand he was pulling down big bucks with Captain Kangaroo.
Geez, he was one of my favorite characters, too.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm really laying low for Peter Cottontail.
The Easter Bunny?
Yeah, that's the one. That's a story.
What? No way, you dirty thought!
Okay, Frank, here I am, and I'm all ready to do that big Shifty the Weasel sketch.
What?
I said I'm all ready to do the Shifty the Weasel sketch. And let me ask you, how does this sound for Shifty's voice? Hey, kids, it's a nice day for like some rabbit stew and playing a game of pool and smoking cigars and getting all liquored up. Huh, Frank?
If you weren't doing the Shifty the voice, then who was?
Oh, my goodness, Frank. I bet it was the real Shifty the Weasel.
Hey, my wallet's gone.
Well, give me the keys to the hearse.
Well, I gave them to you.
What? But doggone it, Frank. My wallet's gone, too.
So, Shifty, where are we going tonight?
Baby, you and me are going to paint this town red. We may even use 2 coats. Here, I brought you a little something.
Oh, Shifty. It's a rabbit's foot.
Think nothing of it. Plenty more where that one came from.
Why, Shifty, how nice to see you.
Yeah, and there's 2 lessons to be learned here, kids. Number 1, never take anything that doesn't belong to you. And number 2, don't mess with Frank and Drac.
All right, Shifty, cough up those hearse keys.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, sucker. Let go.
Hey, maybe it's time we played a game of Stretch the Weasel. Let me get that rock. Yeah, if you'd like to learn more about weasels, we suggest you go to the library and ask the librarian, huh?
That's right, or ask your teacher.
Yeah,
She'll tell you all about the weasels.
yeah. There's a lot of good books out. Last week, we were overwhelmed by calls when we gave away the 2x4 that I used to bash the killer spider in Forest Hills Park.
That's right, and so this week we've planned another spectacular big prize giveaway. Tell them what they can win, Frank.
Huh?
I said tell the people what they can win.
Drac, I thought you were supposed to bring the prize.
Doggone it, Frank, you're going to have to start paying attention. Now, I don't care what it is that you give away, but I want you to find something very special to give to the people out there.
Oh, okay.
Ow!
Yeah, so if you like the 19th caller, call now. You can win Drac's nose. Caller number 19. Here's the number, like right here, yeah. Call now. Drac's nose. Real special prize. One of a kind.
Oh, Frank.
Yeah?
Frank, that really hurt a lot because, you know, that clown nose was attached to my own proboscis.
What?
Up here.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, you know, it could have been a lot worse. I could have given away your Springsteen tickets.
Oh, thanks, Frank, for giving away my nose.
Yeah, call now for his nose.
You wouldn't really give away my Springsteen tickets, would you?
You know, I think this, like this kid show went pretty good tonight because, like, we had a neat movie and, except for that Shifty the Weasel incident, I thought that the sketch material was pretty good too, you know?
I don't know, Frank.
Well, what do you mean you don't know Frank? I'm Frank. Don't you recognize me?
Oh, Frank, I guess I didn't recognize you in that clown suit.
Well, what do you mean? I've been wearing it all night.
You know, Frank.
Well, of course I know Frank. I'm Frank.
No, now listen. My little Scarface. Can I be Frank?
Well, why would you want to be Frank? I thought you were Drac.
I don't want to be Frank.
Well, why don't you? Is there something wrong with me or something, huh?
You know, Frank, I used to think that you were a real smart little monster.
Now, why would you go thinking a thing like that?
I don't know.
Well, geez. You know, Drac, I've been thinking about...
Of course I know Drac. I'm Drac.
Oh, geez, I guess I didn't recognize you in that clown suit.
Oh, really? Well, I've been wearing it all night, all except for this nose that you ripped off me.
Well, surely you gotta be kidding me.
Don't call me Shirley.
Huh?
See you next week when we're going to be showing that classic monster movie, The Wolfman. And we're going to be joined by John York, the star of Fox TV's Werewolf. And until then, remember, fly right! Say good night, Frank.
Good night, Frank. Good night, Shirley. Just kidding. Good night, Emmett.
Welcome to Frank and Drac, and tonight's movie is The Wolfman. And we'd like to say happy birthday to little Marion Murphy.
I should have got that nice Irish name.
Don't you know it is, Frank? And she was born on St. Patrick's Day.
When Irish eyes are smiling, their eyeballs are in their mouth.
Good evening, and welcome to Frank and Drac. And tonight we got a real class act. One of the best films in the Universal Horror Library.
Yeah, tonight we're going to be showing Frankenstein.
Oh, no. Frank, we're not going to show Frankenstein again.
We're not?
No.
Well, I thought you said it was like one of the best films the Universal ever made.
Well, of course, but it's not Frankenstein.
Now, what is it?
Well, tonight we're going to introduce a new character to the Universal Horror Saga, Larry Talbot, the Wolfman.
Oh, yeah, I know Larry. Yeah, he's kind of like a cool kind of guy. Yeah, he's okay. Sure.
Yeah. I wonder what he's doing now.
Well, I hear he's like working at a fast food restaurant in Medina.
You know, last I heard, though, he was modeling flea collars, and then he went into selling real estate in Brook Park.
Oh, he's doing that Amway stuff, too, with the oven cleaner.
I'm Drac. He's Frank. And this is Action Monster News. Our top story tonight. This week is National Be Kind to Zombies Week. For more on this inhuman interest story, we go to Frank.
Now, that's right, Drac. It seems that zombies everywhere are getting kind of upset about being the stupidest monsters around. So they organized, like, the International Organization of Zombies to kind of rectify the situation.
Oh, Frank, that's rectified, not rectified. Rectified.
Okay, so, like, they're going to, like, change it around. Okay, and the zombie spokesperson was quoted as saying... Back to you, Drac.
Did you find anything else out about this organization, Frank?
Oh, yeah, well, the head zombie also said, yeah, that's it. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Frank, for that insightful story.
Thank you.
And in other monster news, our good friend, Eric, the werewolf, dropped by for an interview with Frank and I recently about his most recent developments in his continuing battle to cure his lycanthropic condition. Let's roll the taped interview. I'm Drac. He's Frank, and this is Action Monster News. And we're here with our good friend, the werewolf, Eric. Eric, we know that you're the newest monster in the history of monsters here with your new show, Werewolf on Fox. We want to know, though, Eric, how the hell did you let yourself get suckered into this, pal? You knew your roommate was a werewolf. Why didn't you get out of the room before he bit you?
There was nothing I can do. What can I tell you?
Well, do you enjoy being the undead, Eric? Huh? You enjoy it?
Well, now, I got to get my teeth fixed now, I got dentist problems.
Well, let's see. Open up. Open wide. All right. Now, he looks real good to me, Frank. What do you think?
Oh, pretty good. Just one thing, though.
Little bit of an overbite.
When you have teenagers, are you, like, cutting the telephone lines first thing?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. That's good. And always make sure that the sheriff never believes the teenagers.
That's right, yeah.
Because if the sheriff believes the teenagers about there's a werewolf there, you're sunk, pal. That's it. History. You're a ghost.
Yeah.
This is Frank and Drac for Action Monster News.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Big time guy, yeah.
So Eric the werewolf continues his struggle to find a cure for his lycanthropic condition. Now, for a weather report, we go to Frank.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm just kind of checking out the leather on my shoes here. They're getting kind of scuffed, so maybe I could use a new pair of shoes. Maybe somebody could send me something. And leather on my belt, well, hey, they got feet and walked away. Huh? Yeah. Leather over here. Hey, no leather on Drac. These are plastic, man. Come on, Stacy Adams. Stacy threw them away. He went at him. Yeah, that's it. Back to you.
Thanks for joining us this time on Action Monster News. We'll see you next time. Frank, what was that supposed to be?
Weather report. And here's the game show that all the kids are talking about. You Bet Your Life. Starring the one, the only, Draco!
Why, good evening and welcome to You Bet Your Life, the program where contestants vie against each other for cash and big prizes. So, Frank, tell me, what have you been up to?
Oh, about 6.5 feet.
Well, I'm sorry I asked. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh, no, thank you.
No, I insist, Frank. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Why, you're welcome. Somebody had to stop it sooner or later.
Stop what?
Why, the door.
Oh, that was my last job.
You were a doorstep?
No, I thought you said I was a traffic cop.
Why, Frank, I didn't know you were a traffic cop.
Well, I wasn't.
I'm sure this has made sense to somebody out there, and if it has, you belong in a padded cell.
Well, that was my last job.
I'm not even going to ask. Now, let's start the game, You Bet Your Life. And remember, if you say the secret word, Dracula will come down and give you $100. So, Frank, tell me, what's the secret word tonight?
Tonight's secret word is weasel.
All right. And, Frank, who are our two contestants?
Tonight's contestants are
Ginger LaRue and Dick Mulligan.
Oh! Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to You Bet Your Life. And how you doing?
Oh, just fine, Draco.
And you, Ginger?
Weasel.
Ginger, quiet.
But
Take him out.
you said.
But Ginger is supposed to come up in natural conversation.
Oh.
So, Dick, tell me, what do you do?
Well, I'm a program director at a local TV station.
Ah, how nice. And you, Ginger?
I work at the same TV station as Mr. Mulligan.
Why, and can you tell us anything about Dick?
He's the station weasel.
Oh, why, congratulations. You've just won $100.
Thanks, Dracky.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Something's fishy around here.
Oh, no, nothing's fishy. Now it's time to play the game. And we have two categories. What are the categories, Frank?
Tonight's categories are flowers and opera.
And which category would you like, Ginger?
Flowers.
All right. And your question, Ginger, is, what's your favorite flower?
Cucumbers.
Why, Ginger, that's right.
Ginger has one right.
Wait, a cucumber's not a flower. It's a vegetable.
Why, Dick, you weren't paying attention. We didn't ask for a qualified statement. We asked Ginger what her favorite flower is. And if she thinks it's a cucumber and the cucumber's a flower, she's right. And now it's time for your question, Dick. What were the name of the four protagonists in La Boheme?
Geez, I don't know that.
Well, Dick, you better think of something quick, because you got 5 seconds.
Okay, let's see, a musician, an artist, a writer, and a dancer.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dick, that's wrong. The four protagonists were a musician, an artist, a writer, and an actor. And, Dick, I'm afraid that's been a very costly mistake, because you bet your life and you've lost.
Yeah, so what's it going to be? Like the firing squad gallows or maybe Fryer in the electric chair, huh?
No, you can't do that, man. This game is rigged. No, I'm going to the FCC over this.
Why, Dick, you don't have enough time.
What?
Yeah.
You pick for him, Frank.
Okay, let's shoot him.
All right. We'll see you next time on You Bet Your Life. So, you want a blindfold and a cigarette?
Yeah.
We'd like to thank all of you for watching the show tonight. Thanks a lot, Andy. And as a result, we'd like to give you something real special. Tell them what, Frank?
Oh, yeah. Last week we gave away some neat stuff like Drac's nose. This week we gave away this limited edition werewolf pin.
button.
Look at that. Hey, what's this in my hand?
So call right now at 578-1919. The 19th caller gets the werewolf
Hey,
button.
what's this in my hand? Oh, where's that Scorzini kind of guy? Hey, he's history, man. Bad agent. Yeah,
Call
he's
now.
fun. Bye.
We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. And tune in next week when our movie is...
Frankenstein meets the Wolfman.
That's right. Oh, and by the way, we want you all to know that from that earlier sketch, You Bet Your Life, that we really didn't execute Dick Mulligan's, did we?
Nah.
So until next week, remember, fly right.
Yeah, bye.
Come on, Frank, let's go.
Hey, think we ought to tell him?
Tell him what?
Oh, thought they were not going to execute him?
Nah, he'll figure it out sooner or later.
Okay.
Welcome to Frank and Drac. And at the outset of tonight's show, I have prepared a very special segment.
Entitled, Let's Talk with the Van Pets.
Frank, what are you talking about?
A lot of you viewers out there are interested in finding out more about the Van Pets.
But I'm not. This is where I'm supposed to be doing my big Shakespearean soliloquy.
Yeah, so I put together a few questions that I'm going to ask the Van Pets tonight. Girls, what is your favorite fish? Candy?
Shark.
Oh, Bambi?
Do you mean as a pet or in a salad?
Well, either one, I guess.
Then an octopus.
Oh, okay. Boom Boom?
Well, I think mine is either flipper or a sea enema.
I think that's sea anemone.
Oh, well then that's my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Did I do that right, Drac?
Boom Boom is a questionnaire, not a test. There are no wrong answers.
Well then it's flipper.
Oh, all right. Thumper? Oh, okay. The next question.
Let me see that. If you could be anything other than what you are, what would your fantasy occupation be?
A candy?
Shark.
Oh,
I see
I
a
thought
friend
so.
standing here.
Bambi?
Could this be like a sexual thing?
Oh, yeah, sure, I guess it could.
Then I want to be a pole vaulter.
Oh, okay. Boom Boom?
Oh, that's easy. I want to be a Van Pet.
Boom Boom, you're already a vampet.
Oh, well then I got it right. Oh, Drac, you're so happy.
Thumper? Oh, the last question.
Did you know that the only thing a shark does
The
is
inmates
eat and
have
swim?
taken over
the perfect
the
eating
asylum.
machine.
Can I change my answer about
and we
the
gave
fish
them the
question?
keys.
'Cause
The
I'm not sure
inmates
about
have
it.
taken over the asylum.
Did you want to change your
Roll
answer,
the
too?
movie.
I think you should take these questions and stick them up your nose.
And we think you're so special for saying that, Thumper. Roll the movie now.
Well, you can change yours, but...
Oh, my head
Hamlet.
is going to explode.
Act 3,
You
Scene
guys can put
2,
these on my nose
is now the very witching time of night when first judge yawn.
I think this segment went pretty well.
Oh, I think it went real well, Frank.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are you sure Olivier started this way? And now it's time for the segment of the show that we call Can I Be Frank? Where you, the members of the viewing audience, can write in and ask for advice from our own resident Dear Abby, Frank. Tonight's letter begins, Dear Frank, I am having trouble with my geometry teacher. I am making bad grades in her class, and despite the fact that I keep asking her for help outside class, she refuses to give it to me. Frank, my grades are very important to me, and I would like to know what I should do about this teacher. Signed, C student. Gee, I don't know, Frank. What do you think C student should do?
What kind of teacher was that again?
It was a geometry teacher.
Oh, I guess I'd have to to rip off her head and crush all her bones.
Oh, wonderful advice. Wonderful. Oh, but Frank, you forgot something.
What?
Before you rip off her head and crush all her bones, you should suck out their blood. Now back to the movie. You know, Frank, that's such wonderful advice. I know C student is really going to appreciate that.
You think she's really going to do it?
Oh, yes. And what in the student? And now it's time to play Name That Creep. As you can see, Frank isn't looking, and our mystery guest is seated right here across from me. And so now, we'll start the questioning. And as always, the first question on Name That Creep is a freebie. That is...
Are you a creep?
Well, of course he is. Why else would he be here? Next question.
Did you ever work for Carl Lenley?
No.
Did you ever work for Samuel Arkoff?
No.
Did you ever work for Roger Corman?
No.
Oh, boy, gee, I think this is going to be a tough one, Frank.
Wait. Do you like to impale teenagers on rusty but blunt objects and then hack away at their extremities with machetes or axes?
That's it. I'm flipping all the cards. Yes, you've got it right, Frank.
Oh, it's Jason. I knew it.
Well, thank you, Jason, for coming down to see us, and have a safe trip home.
Hey, you mean I don't get anything?
No, Frank asked who you were, Jason.
I don't get any money?
Well, no, Jason, those are the rules.
Boy, I'm really bummed about this. I don't even have bus fare to get home. I don't know what I might do.
Frank, I got an idea. Let's give Jason the money.
Good idea.
Oh, and there's a consolation prize, Jason. You get $50.
Give him the hearse, too.
And our hearse. Give him the keys, Frank. And we'll be right back. Quick, roll the movie.
Well, I'll drive you.
And,
then you can have an old
and the cruise on. I'm Drac. He's Frank. And this is Action Monster News. In a bizarre and sad news story, the Wolfman's father beat his head in with a silver-headed cane and killed him. For more on this story, we go to Frank.
It seems that the Wolfman was out for a stroll through the forest when his father spotted him and thought he was a real wolf. What happened after that when something like this? Oh, no, Dad, it's me. No, don't hit me. It's your son. Oh. Back to you, Drac.
Thank you for that insightful report, Frank. And now on the lighter side of the news. Today marks the 30th annual Tokyo Pedestrian Stomp. And once again this year it was Godzilla who won hands down. Or should I say maybe pizzas down. In the allotted 5 minutes of competition, Godzilla stomped and smashed his way through 53,000 pedestrians, easily beating his nearest competitor, Mothra, who was only able to smash 32,000 pedestrians. Yo, Godzilla. And now, back to Frank for the forecast.
Tonight it's going to get dark, and then darker, and then darker still. And then it's going to get light again, and then tomorrow the whole thing will happen all over again. That's it. Back to you, Drac.
That's all for Action Monster News for now. Roll the movie. Frank, you didn't even check the forecast.
I didn't get a chance to go outside.
Frank and Drac Christmas promo, take 13.
I'm Frank.
And I'm Drac.
And we want to pass along our best to you this holiday season.
And remind you that because it is the holiday season, that means that it is time to get all liquored up and get behind the wheel of a car.
It is?
Frank?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, we want you to drink and drive.
And why do we want them to drink and drive, Frank?
Because we like the sounds of squealing tires.
And crashing metals.
And ambulance sirens.
And sobbing relatives.
And we love the sight of twisted wreckage and broken bodies.
And blood. Most of all, we love the sight of hot, fresh blood. So remember, this holiday season, get all liquored up.
Yeah, and then get behind the wheel of a car.
We're Frank and Drac telling you, don't be afraid to laugh death straight in the face.
Yeah, drink and drive.
What are 50 or 60 spare years to you anyway?
Yeah.
Great, guys. That's a keeper.
Thanks, Tom.
You think these people got the message behind this public service announcement?
No, I doubt it, Frank. You know, every year there are thousands of people that are killed by drunk drivers.
Don't you think they'll ever learn?
Oh, I don't know, Frank. Maybe someday. Maybe someday.
Hey, we could do like mad monsters against drunk drivers?
Welcome to tonight's movie, The House of Frankenstein, starring, well, it's got everybody in it. Oh, it's got hot babe, it's got special effects, it's got horror, it's got comedy, it's got tractor pulls. Hey, so stay tuned, because this is like one of the greatest movies of all time, okay? Yeah, don't touch that dial, because, hey, I know where you live. That's it, yeah, I know where you live. Yeah, we were here with Steve McClanahan, big fan of ours, really good-looking guy, great guy, yeah. Yeah, and he phoned in a couple weeks ago, and he thought he won the 2x4 Spider Basher, but yeah, there's a moral here. Sometimes things don't work out the way you thought they would, Steve.
That's right, Steve, because doggone it, wouldn't you know it, we checked FCC regulations, and we found out you can't have the Spider Basher because it was promoted as an instrument of death.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, so we got some other things for you, like, here
That's
you
right.
go. It's
Oh, we
the
got
Spider
these
Basher.
wonderful werewolf posters from the Fox Network.
So what do you think of that, huh?
That's it. Oh, give him something else, Frank.
Well, here, tell you what. Here's a WOIO 19 coffee cup. Yeah, just for you.
Oh, wonderful, Frank. Wonderful.
And here's one. I know you kind of like married stuff, so here's one like for the little woman, too, you know?
That's right. You can have that one, too.
Are you happy now?
Yeah.
I came all the way down here for this.
Oh, wait, here's a werewolf button. 3D, okay?
No,
you can
better,
have
Frank.
that.
Give him something else. Give him something else, too.
Oh, yeah, we got these, Don't Bury Me, I'm Not Dead Yet, 20-day deodorant pads from Universal. There you go.
Right. That's it. And a clues on Club Med.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, not
No,
that.
oh, no. An appearance on the Frank and Drac show. Did you read the TV guide today?
Yes, I
What's
did.
our movie tonight?
House of Frankenstein.
That's right. Tell them.
House of Frankenstein.
Okay, enjoy the movie. We'll see you later.
See anything else or what?
I'm Frank. He's Drac. And this is Action Monster Newses. In our top story tonight, Frank and Drac were caught in a swirling vortex while visiting their good friends, Gozar the Keymaster and Zul the Gatekeeper, both of whom starred in the movie Ghostbusters. For late-breaking developments in this tragedy, we go to Drac's.
Thanks, Frank. Well, it seems that Frank and Drac were walking along with, like, Gozar and Zool, and they're minding their own business, and Frank said, "Hey, Drac, what's that up there?" And he said, "Oh, my goodness, it's a swirling vortex." And Frank said, "Let's run for our lives." Drac said, "Oh, no, that's okay. We don't have to run for our lives. We're Frank and Drac. We're already dead." And then the vortex hit, and it went, "Oh, look out, I've been slimed." No. And then when they came out of the vortex, like, you know, I had Frank's voice and he had mine, and, that's it for now. Back to you, Frank.
Thank you very much for that enlightening stories, Drax.
No problem, Frank.
And people say we only report the bad news.
Yeah, sure, that's it, yeah.
What's going on here? I knew Frank sounded like a fruitcake, but now you both sound like a couple of dipsticks.
You know something, Frank? We gotta get our own voices back.
Oh, I don't know, Drax. I think you sound pretty good to me.
Whose dollar bill is that down there on the ground?
Where?
Well, doggone it, Mulligans. Why'd you go and do that for?
Yeah, I'm just gonna step outside and try that with a 2x4, huh?
Hey, Frank, you got your own voice back. And doggone it, son of a gun, so do I. Dick, how'd you do that?
Yeah, well, I know you two guys don't know your metaphors from your pasture patties, but at least I thought you'd know the Stooges maneuver.
The Stooges maneuver?
Yeah, the Stooges maneuver. It's on the wall of every television station in this country just for this kind of emergency.
Oh, is that anything like the Heimlich maneuver?
Well, yeah, kind of, except the Heimlich maneuver's for food, and this is for nitwits.
Oh. This is Drac. See you next time on Action Monster News. What do you mean, nitwit?
Hey, why do you use it on us?
I don't know. What? I want you to the same way you use it on you, but I don't know about you. Welcome to Monster Kitchen, a program designed by my monster, Frank, for all you kids out there who might have been left at home without their babysitter by your parents. And it's a program that features Frank's own gourmet recipes.
Yeah, tonight I'm going to show you how to make my favorite chocolate milk.
Oh, good choice, Frank.
Yeah, you know, come on, kids, fess up to it, you know? Your mom's never let you drink this stuff to begin with, and when she does make it for you, she never puts in enough chocolate. You know, this stuff was made by adults, you know, to sell to your parents. So look, like 1 level teaspoon. Ha ha, forget it. First thing thing you do. You start with plenty of chocolate, you know?
Well, Frank, why do you put the chocolate in the glass first?
Well, the reason why I put it in the glass first is because that way when I put in a little milk, it won't dissolve properly, and I'll be drinking straight chocolate syrup just like I wanted to in the first place, you know?
Oh, I see.
Maybe just a little more there, okay? Then you put like a little milk here. I always like to use like the low-fat kind, you know?
Well, it's good for the calories, right?
Sure. A little milk. Mix it up just a little there. Okay. Yeah, we're ready to go. Let's want to try some,
That
Drac?
looks good. Oh, no, thanks, Frank. I never drink chocolate milk. So how is it, Frank?
I think it needs a little more chocolate.
Oh, I thought so.
Let's try it now. Stir up just a little. With the spoon.
No, thanks, Frank.
More chocolate.
That's all for Monster Kitchen. Catch you next time when Frank's going to present his special recipe for peanut butter and Hershey candy bar sandwiches.
If you'd like a copy of Frank's recipe for chocolate milk, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Frank and Drac's Monster Kitchen, 2720 Van Aken Boulevard, Cleveland, Ohio, 44120.
So, how is it, Frank?
Needs more chocolate.
Oh, I thought so. Alas, poor Chuck. I knew him, Frank.
Yeah, last week Chuck had an ugly mishap with a concrete block. And now the 19th caller this week, you're going to get the new Chuck Norris model kit.
That's right.
Yeah,
You can put it back
19th caller.
together.
Call now,
Yeah.
578-1919. All I need is like glue and like a good idea of what Chuck Norris used to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went
so
down
call now.
fighting, boy,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
Boy. Yeah, which is better, Kung Fu Karate? How about concrete blocks? Yeah.
Call now.
Drac, hey, come on, we're on camera now. We got to tell about next week's show.
Doggone it, Frank. How many times have I told you don't interrupt me when I'm eating?
Well, save some room for Matthew Broderick, huh?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, listen, everybody. Next week's movie is The House of Dracula. And it's like a really good movie, too, you know? And this was our audience here tonight, and they were pretty good, too. Like, they applaud, so, like, everybody applaud. Come on. And we'll see you next week. House of Dracula. Bye.
Welcome to Frank and Drac, and tonight's movie, the original 1931 classic Frankenstein.
Yeah, starring one of the best-looking guys ever in Hollywood.
Well, who's that, Frank?
Yeah, Boris Karloff.
Oh, yeah? Why is he so good looking?
Well, he's not just good-looking, but he's kind of sensitive, too, you know, kind of Ellen Alda-like.
Good evening and welcome to Frank and Drac. And boy, we got a doggone humdinger of a movie for you tonight. They just don't make them. What?
You can take it in the hallway.
But, Mr. Mike, the director, aren't we on the air right now?
Sorry, Drac. They say it's an emergency.
All right, Michael. Boy, I shudder to say this. Frank, would you do me a favor and take over while I'm gone?
Oh, sure.
Okay, thanks, Frank.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Frank Show with my special guest, Draquito. Say hello, Draquito. Hola, my little cadavers. Oh, ¿cómo está usted, Draquito? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? Oh, en inglés, por favor, porque no hablo español. Oh, okay. Oh, Frank, you big dumb. Handsome monster? I'm very good, thank you. And you? Me? Why, I'm Frank. Don't you recognize me, Draquito? Oh, see. Hey, I told you not to speak in Spanish because I don't understand it. Oh, qué lástima, mi pobre monstercito. Hey, I mean it. If you don't stop talking in Spanish, I'm gonna, like, rip up your Verdi card. Comprende? see. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, let me ask you something. If you're really Robin Swoboda, what's that little pet nickname that you call me? Oh, Leech Boy, huh? Oh, well, that's real cute. But I've never met Robin Swoboda, so she doesn't have a pet nickname for me. How do you like that? Who's this really? Huh? Is this Wilma Smith again? Is that you, Wilma?
Drac, what are you doing out here?
Emergency phone call, Dick.
Emergency phone call, my buns. Your monster's in there doing his ventriloquist act.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Oh, look, call me back. Collect, okay? Frank?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Didn't I ask you to take over the show for me?
Well, sure, that's what I'm doing.
No, you're doing your ventriloquist act.
Well, you didn't say I couldn't.
Frank, say, roll the movie.
Roll the movie.
Hey, what's that supposed to be?
Que es una persona terrible. Oh, Draquito. Se llama Drac. Oh,
Frank, I think we're going to have to take you in for a checkup. You know what I mean?
sí.
No.
Corpse is a corpse, of course, and no one can talk to a corpse, of course, unless, of course, that crazy corpse is the zany Mr. Frank. I am Mr. Frank.
Gee, Mr. Frank, I don't know if this style is right for me. What do you really think?
Oh, golly, Magda, I think your hair looks like a pile of straw that's been trampled over by a pack of werewolves.
Really?
Oh, no, just teasing.
Oh, Mr. Frank, you're always horsing around.
Well, what else would a big stallion like me be doing?
How much do I owe you?
Oh, well, let's see, a rinse, a set, a French braid the armpits. Oh, I'd say it's about $19.
Here's $20. Take it, keep the change, buy yourself a cup of Java.
Oh, well, us horses, we don't drink too much Java, but maybe I'll just kind of like gallop down to the stable and put it down on a bucket of oats. Thanks.
Well, hiya, Mr. Frank.
Well, howdy, Wilbur.
And boy, doesn't Magda the gypsy lady look cold today.
Oh, hey, how would you like to saddle me up and go for a ride?
No.
Well,
And doggone it, Frank. Come on now, drop this horse stuff. You're not a horse.
Well, then how about a perm?
No.
Oh, how about, you want me to touch up your roots?
Well, Frank, that was supposed to be our secret.
Oh, gee, Drac. Oh, I don't know. Not too many people are coming to me, and I think it's because they don't want to get their hair done by a horse.
No, Frank, let me tell you, it has nothing to do with the fact that you're a horse, because you're not. People aren't coming to you to get your hairs done because you're a monster. You understand? It's not because you're a horse, it's because you're a monster.
Oh, well, gee, but I do such good work.
No, now listen, Frank. Remember your first customer? Look what happened there.
Uh-huh. Well, how was I supposed to know that the werewolf just wanted his head done?
Well, Frank, doggone it doesn't matter that you shaved his whole body. It was that you held him underwater for 20 minutes. And look at the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, yeah.
When he came in here, he had that beautiful head of wavy scales, and you gave him that freaking mohawk.
Oh, yeah, but sure did he look good on camera?
But, Frank, he was supposed to be the leading man in those pictures.
Oh, yeah. Well, what about the 50-foot woman?
Oh, well, she looks okay now, Frank, but doggone it, stop that. She looks okay now, but remember, Frank, never give bangs to anybody that tall.
Oh, well, gee, what am I going to do, Wilbur? You know, hair is my life. Why, without hair, oh, I guess I'd be bald.
Frank, just forget all this stuff about being a talking horse hairdresser, because you're not. You're a monster hairdresser, okay?
Oh, okay, Wilbur.
So how many customers did you have today?
Oh, well, business wasn't too good. I guess, Oh, this looks like a rock.
Coming soon to a theater near you, Drac is Mikhail Baryshnikov as Lance, and Frank is Rudolf Nureyev as Clark in Dancers. Share in the bittersweet heartache and sorrow as Lance breaks his big toe.
I don't care what the doctors say. I will pirouette again. I will.
See Clark, born with the natural talents and abilities to make him great, but lacking the motivation and drive to fulfill his potential.
Where are you going, Clark?
Out to practice my stag leaps.
Clark, where are you really going?
All right, I'm going out for a pizza and some beer. And maybe like a lace and pipe, too. What do you think of that?
Oh, like you'll never be a great dancer that way.
Yeah, well, don't wait up.
Witness the struggle that nearly tears their friendship apart.
I'd like to borrow your white tights for that production of Swan Lake.
No!
I want those white tights.
No!
Give me those white tights.
No!
Well, why not? I got nothing else to wear.
Here's what the critics are saying about dancers. Not since the Deer Hunter in Platoon has the sense of male bonding and camaraderie been so strong in the American cinema. Prancing soon to a theater near you, Dancers.
Starts Friday at a theater near you.
Yeah, so, Drac, you got any plans for, like, next Saturday? I felt like maybe go to a matinee or something, you know?
Oh, no, Frank. Next Saturday, we're going to Richmond Mall because on the 12th, 13th, and 14th, Richmond Mall is having their big bridal fair. That's right. And on Saturday, the 13th, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, there's going to be a big bridal fashion show with exhibits and giveaways and the American Commodore dancers and Vilma Smith.
Vilma Smith? Oh, I like her. Yeah.
And us, Frank and Drac. We're going to be there too, Frank.
Well, why are we going to be there?
Well, Frank, we're going to be there because, you're getting married.
What?
You're getting married,
huh?
Frank. That's right.
Married?
That's right. And everybody that's watching up here is invited to come to Frank's wedding next Saturday at 1 o'clock at Richmond Mall.
Oh, well, who am I marrying?
Well, it ain't Wilma.
Is it Crystal Gayle?
Nope. Guess again, Frank.
Elsa?
Elsa, the bride of Frankenstein. But Frank, you have to.
Why?
The rabbit died.
It didn't get run over by a car, did it?
No, and I know you didn't kill it. It died. See you next Saturday, 1 o'clock, Richmond Mall.
Wow! Was that a good movie? Can we watch it again?
Oh, no, Frank, because every time you see the end of it, you get a little hot under the collar.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's not
right.
a pretty sight,
yeah,
you know.
those torches, but, you know, it's a good movie.
Yeah, and we'd like to remind you that next Saturday at 1 o'clock, we're going to be at Richmond Mall for the big bridal fair show. It's a big fashion show, and that's going to be in honor of us, showing what many critics agree is the best of all the Universal movies, the old horror films, The Bride of Frankenstein.
I get a little uneasy to that one, but sure is a good movie. And February's Frankenstein February month. And pretty soon we'll be like, we'll be working Drac back into this act again, too.
Oh, well, thanks, Frank.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sheesh.
So, remember, my little cadavers, to straighten up and fly right. Good night.
Yeah, okay, see you next time. Bye.
Boy, your voice sounds good.
Thanks.
What a jerk, huh?
Frank and Drac show and our movie, Night of the Cobra Woman.
La, la, la. Yeah, we're going to be giving away some passes to Wes Craven's new movie, The Serpent and the Rainbow, so you better stay tuned.
Hey, is that a cobra or is that a woman?
Huh?
You got it, Frank.
Joey, what are you doing?
Watching TV, Dad.
Did you do your homework, clean the room, and take the dog out for a walk today?
No.
Then I don't think you deserve to be watching TV, do you, son? TV isn't your right, it's a privilege you have to earn. Turn it off.
But Dad, Frank and Drac are on.
Those two jerks, I wouldn't waste my time watching them.
Look, there they are.
And now it's time for another segment of Can I Be Frank, where you, the home viewers, get to write in and ask my monster Frank for advice. And tonight's letter begins, Dear Frank, I don't know what to do about my dad. He always nags at me about doing my homework, cleaning my room, and walking the dog. And if I don't do these trivial, mundane chores, he doesn't let me watch TV, which means that I usually miss the Frank and Drac show. Oh, signed, Little Joey. Oh, gee, I don't know, Frank. What do you think that little Joey should do?
Well, I think I know what Joey should do, and I'm going to do it for you. Joey, I've taken the liberty to make like a little voodoo doll of your dad here. Yeah, no TV, no Frank and Drac, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm giving it a few shots. See if this works, huh? Yeah, okay. And then, the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to give him a hot foot, too. See if this works, huh? Yeah, No Frank and Drac, huh? No TV? Ooh, 2 hot feet. Ooh, right there, too. Oh, yeah. Oh. See, what I like to do is maybe you just put like a little on there like that. Oh, and then you gotta do, oh, hey, yakasimine, hoa, ita, hey, yakasimine, hoa, ita. Do it out there. Hey, give me that chicken blood over there, quick.
There you go. Chicken
Chicken
blood.
blood. Oh, put it there. Oh, do it out there.
Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah, see if he lets you watch a lot of TV now.
Well, you know, Frank, I think little Joey's going to appreciate this so much. And especially since you did it for him, because we don't want him to do that at home.
I think he's pretty crispy now.
I think so, Frank.
Yeah.
Roll the movie.
Dad, did you see that? Dad, that was a letter I wrote for Frank and Drac. Dad! Wow!
This is the plaintiff, Dick Mulligan. He claims that the defendant ate his wife's poodle. He is suing for $1,500. This is the defendant, the Frankenstein monster. He claims that he did not eat the plaintiff's poodle and is countersuing for punitive damages in the amount of $1,500. And this is the Monsters Court.
I've looked over the complaints, and I want everyone to know that I am ready to judge this case in a fair and impartial manner. So what the hell you whining about this time, Mulligan?
This monster ate my wife's poodle.
What? Why, Frank, did you eat Mrs. Mulligan's poodle?
Huh? Well, see, I told you he did. He ate that thing whole, and it's still alive inside there.
Oh, come on, Mulligan. That sounds pretty far-fetched to me.
Yeah? Come here, Pookie. Here, boy. Come to Papa. Come on, Pookie. See? I told you he did it.
Well, I don't know, Frank. You know, this looks pretty doggone incriminating.
What?
What? You couldn't have eaten the Mulligan's dog? Because you were at the Browns game? In the dog pound watching them play down at the stadium? Oh, well, Frank, that's a whole different story. But let me ask you, Frank, if I find in your favor in this case, and you sued for $1,500 in punitive damages, what are you going to do with the money? Oh, you're going to go to San Diego to see the Browns play in the Super Bowl? And you're going to take your good monster buddy Drac with you? Oh, well, that's it. Case closed. That's enough for me. Mulligan, I find for the defendant, and you owe him $1,500.
You know what? You can't do that.
Mulligan, this is my courtroom. I'm the judge. I can do whatever I want. Get out of here. God, that guy's such a whiner, you know? So tell me, Frank, do you think the Browns can beat Denver tomorrow? Well, so do I. And tell me something else, Frank. How did the little doggy taste? Oh. Hey, Frank, do you think that dog was housebroken?
What?
Oh, Frank. You better read some newspapers, too.
You know, we had some really funny stuff in this segment, but now we're just going to give away tickets, because you people are going to be, like, running to the phones anyway, and you're not going to be watching us. The number's what, 578-1919?
578-1919, and I guess Frank's right. We're not going to waste time being
Yeah,
funny.
who cares, yeah?
We're going to give away 19 sets of passes to see the new Wes Craven film,
Yeah,
The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Yeah, run to the telephone right now.
It's going on behind us right now.
Over your kids.
And so,
Who cares
for the next,
about what's going
rest
on?
of this segment.
Yeah, push your husband away. Yeah, go get the phone. Call 578-1919. That's what you got to do. Get those tickets. Oh, yeah. Just like Michael Douglas said, Gordon Gekko. Read is good, yeah. Get the tickets. Yeah, we're giving away. They're free. Come on. You ain't going to watch us. Nobody's listening right now. They're all like on the phone, right? Oh, 578-19. Oh, it's busy.
Frank, what'd you get there?
Oh, what's that? Oh, I ain't going to fall for that one.
Oh,
No
he's such
comedy
a
in this
smart
segment.
monster.
Oh, no comedy. Yeah. What the heck?
Norton?
Huh?
It's now coming to Putin.
Huh?
It's not making, doing.
Chess?
Playing fun hiding? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh. What happened? Moving that piece and on in the borden, for game in the hiding starting on beaching, for hiding mit Norge, und Norge hiding tiny, look life in mit Eben, Norge, Norge.
Okay, I'll go first.
Sven and Fjord.
Oh, yeah, Sven is a Ford. I think it's a pickup.
Sven and Fjord. Norge and Eben. Eben and Norge.
Huh?
Sven and Fjord. Norge and Eben. Eben and Norge.
You know, Jack, I can't understand a thing you're saying.
Oh, doggone it, Frank, you're not supposed to understand. This is supposed to be like a foreign movie.
Oh, it is?
Yes, Frank. This is supposed to be a tribute to the great European film director, Ingmar Bergman.
Oh, I liked her in Casablanca. She was really good.
No, Frank, that was Ingrid Bergman. This is the director, Ingmar Bergman. You know, he directed The Magician, The Seventh Seal, Fanny and Alexander.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Fanny Hill. Oh, boy, that was a racy movie. Oh.
No, Frank, not Fanny Hill. He didn't do that one.
Huh? Oh, then did he do Little Annie Fanny? Oh, I like that one, too. That's real good. Yeah.
No, Frank, I'm afraid not. We'll see you next week, and until then, remember, fly right. Frank. Ingmar Bergman.
Frank, why'd you ask?
Welcome to the Frank and Drac Show. I am the Frankenstein monster, and across the box of dirt for me is Count Dracula.
Yeah, and we got a big buffo show tonight. Lots of comedy and a great movie, The Son of Frankenstein. So we're going to get right to it. Roll the movie.
Yeah.
You're starting already, Frank. This is going to be a long night, I can tell. A long night.
Tonight on Monster Theater, we present Tennessee Drac's Bat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Oh. Well, I see, how are you, Frank?
Well, what do you mean by that, Big Dracky?
Well, I mean just what I asked you, boy. I said, how are you, Frank?
Well, I don't know how I am, Frank. I just am, Big Dracky.
What?
Well, you're asking me how I am, Frank, and I guess I've just always been Frank. As long as I can remember, I've been Frank. So I guess I just am. I think it had something to do with a hot scientific experiment that ran amok to Big Dracky.
Boy, it sure has been awful,
So did I answer your question, Big Dracky?
Why, no, you didn't, boy, but as I was saying...
Well, how come, Big Dracky?
Well, Frank, I think you just took it too literal.
So was that a literal question or a rhetorical question?
Frank, doggone it, just forget the question, all right? Forget the question, and let's just go on with doing the play, all right? Drop that line, we'll just go on.
Okay.
So, as I was saying, sure been mighty awful hot out this summer, ain't it, Frank?
Yeah, it sure been mighty awful hot, Big Dracky.
Yeah, boy. I was wondering, you been having problems with that sex-starved, wanton woman you got there, Maggie the Bat?
Who?
That sex-starved, wanton woman of yours, Maggie the Bat.
Where?
Frank, doggone it. You didn't even read the play, did you?
What play?
The play that I wrote that we're supposed to be doing. Bat on a Hot Tin Roof. You didn't even read it, did you?
Well, no, you see, there was this episode of Gilligan's Island on it. It was the one where, like, Tina goes with the skipper, and they make, like, a telephone on the conch shell, you know, and they think they're going to get off the island.
That's great.
And, you know.
Hey, what's going on here?
Well, Dick, we're trying to do a play.
You two monsters doing a play? You goofballs couldn't act your way out of a paper bag.
Well, sure we could.
Frank.
Yeah, we've done it lots of times.
Frank, don't even argue with him.
Oh, here, I'll show you. Yeah, what is a monster? Yeah, we can even sing my way to Fairbank. The hills are alive, born free. Whoa, 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 wait, I can't breathe. Quick, take this off. I can't breathe.
Are you all right?
Just acting.
Roll the movie, okay? Oh, and Olivia.
Monster Theater has been made possible by a grant from the Eyeglass Factory to remind you that if you saw anything even remotely humorous in this sketch, it's time for new glasses.
I'm Drac. He's Frank. And this is Action Monster News. In our top story tonight. Oh, the Invisible Man was shot in a barn earlier this evening. It seems as if he had been trailed there by police that were tracking him down for questioning. For more on this late-breaking development, we go to Frank.
Details are a little sketchy, but the things we can piece together kind of went like this. Yeah. Hey, well, you guys ain't gonna kiss me because I'm here in the barn. Oh, I told you where I was. Oh, bang, 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 bang. Oh, no. Oh, here I go, making my escape on the invisible horse. Oh, bang, bang, bang. Oh. Hey, can I borrow a top coat? It's a little chilly in here. Oh, bang, bang. Oh. Back to you, Drac.
How did you do that, Frank?
Did I do what?
Never mind. In other news tonight, our favorite serial killer, Jason, was arrested earlier this evening when he broke into a house where he knew that some teenage girls were alone babysitting. For an interview with Jason, we now go live via satellite hookup to police headquarters, downtown. Jason, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Drac.
So, Jason, tell me, what happened?
Well, it's like this. I broke into this house where I knew some teenage girls who were alone babysitting. Well, they phoned for help, and the next thing I knew it, the police were there, and I was under arrest.
Jason, what did you say the girls did?
Well, they phoned for help, and... I forgot to cut the phone wires.
There you have it, Jason. That was a pretty big goof-up, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess you're right, yeah.
Well, now, come on, Jason. Every monster knows that the first thing you do when you break into a house is cut all the phone lines, right?
Yeah, you're right, Drac.
It's in the Monsters' Creed, Jason, and I think it's about time you reread it again, okay?
Okay.
So, there you have it. A very big, costly error for Jason. And now, for a winter weather tip, we go to Frank.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's pretty cold outside, and you better wear lots of clothing, and when you walk on the ice, well, you better be careful, otherwise you're going to, like, slip and break your ass. Back to you, Drac.
Thank you for that wonderful weather tip, Frank. See you next time on Action Monster News. Frank, what the hell kind of weather tip was that?
Well, forget the weather tip. What's Jason killing people over cereal for?